Dear President von der Leyen, distinguished journalists, citizens of Serbia, I'm particularly pleased for the opportunity to host the President of the European Commission, Madame von der Leyen, and as I have always been saying, I'm particularly grateful to her for being one among the few officials from the entire world who on several occasions came into the territory of the Republic of Serbia and not only to its capital. Madame von der Leyen toured in other, even poor parts of Serbia, helped less developed part of Serbia, and this is something that we particularly appreciate and due to which we emphasize our gratitude and our respect for her. Membership to the European Union is a strategic commitment for Serbia and the priority of our foreign policy, and that is not going to change, of course, until the next elections, and I believe not even after the respective. In the past year, since the moment of the beginning of the conflict in Ukraine, we haven't opened a single chapter or a single cluster. It seems to me that at least in recent past we did some things. There are still many things to be done, but also to talk here among ourselves in the country regarding the directions of our politics. In accordance with what I've just said, I believe that what has been done regarding the regulatory agency, voters lists, and some other things regarding key energy issues is going to see the positive evaluation from the European Commission, but I know that we have to do many things. We are facing not an easy situation now. In the field of energy, the oil industry of Serbia is under the American sanctions, and being under American sanctions de facto, it is under the European sanctions as well, and this problem is not easy to be resolved for us. I hope that regarding all the issues of importance for the energy security and energy safety of Serbia, we will have the support and the assistance from the European Union. I know that the European Union cannot make an exemption when it comes to Serbia, even though I handed over a letter to Madame von der Leyen with a plea for Serbia to be exempted from the customs and new quotas regarding steel. Only Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein can be exempted, if I'm not mistaken. But I also ask, and I believe that the European Commission will find a way to at least mitigate a bit of status for the candidate countries and to make something easier regarding the respective issue. I believe that winter is not going to be easy and simple for us. We have provided big reserves of both oil and gas, but having in mind everything, it's going to be a difficult political winter for us. Anyway, we're going to cooperate closely regarding that issue, and I believe also successfully, with the people from the European Union. I want to say that the European Union is the biggest investor and the biggest partner of Serbia when it comes to trade and services. Serbia and all of us in the Western Balkans are small for the European Union, and we all attach much bigger importance to ourselves than we actually have, and all of us together do not have too big importance, but even in that little something, according to the latest data, 54.5% of overall export from the Western Balkans to the EU countries goes from Serbia. Out of that, our biggest export goes to the Federal Republic of Germany, then Italy, Romania, and Hungary. In those four countries, 48.5% of our export is directed. The EU is, as I've said, the biggest investor. Particularly, 5 countries of the EU are the most visible when it comes to the investment, which amount in total 60% coming from the territory of the EU countries, in some less percentage in 2024, but this year this percentage is coming back. Even the level of the investment due to everything that happened in the country is a bit lower. We did not give and make any optimistic statements. I was not saying we are going to become a member of the EU this year or that year. This is something that we talked about 5 or 6 years ago when other people were leading the European Commission, and it turned out that nobody was actually serious when they were speaking about 2025, and of course we were not ready. I cannot promise anything to the people today, except that we're going to work hard. We're going to be committed to meet what is named the reform agenda, and I hope that in all that we're going to be supported by the European Union and that the Brussels will hear us regarding that issue. It is not always so simple and easy, all that. Everything is not quite easy, and it is not easy to present to the people here, because you know what 2 key issues are for us. We don't have to open that subject today, but we will have to open it here among ourselves in the upcoming months and to speak about this openly. Anyway, I am grateful to the President for her huge support. We're going to continue developing energy infrastructure with them, and I believe that we're going to build interconnectors towards North Macedonia and in the future towards Romania to see how and in what way can we strengthen Serbia in reference to the possibility to diversify our energy sources and how to strengthen our country economically. And what we of course spoke about is preservation of peace and stability in the region. This was the part of the discussion that goes without saying. We discussed Belgrade-Pristina dialogue, and I believe that it will be possible to continue it in a constructive tone, and I'm not going to take this opportunity to criticize on someone else, apart from saying that it takes 2 for tango. Anyway, it is very important, and I'm extremely grateful to President von der Leyen for coming to Belgrade in this moment, which is not easy for our country. And I hope that we'll have more meetings before the end of the year, because we will have to analyze everything that is happening, particularly regarding energy issues. And I say to seek jointly for a solution. Thank you once again, dear President, for coming to our country, and I wish you to feel at home always here in Serbia, and to ask you that next time you come to choose some other location in Serbia, because people love to see important guests visiting other regions and other cities in our country. Thank you once again and welcome. Thank you, President, and I can ask Madam President Ursula to take the floor.